Hello, everyone. Is this working? Yes, the microphone does appear to be working. Hello, I'm here now. We're going to play more Wildfrost because this game is cool. But I've been playing it a lot offline and there's stuff to show off. This seemed like a fun way to spend part of the afternoon. I've been seeing other people, make videos, put up streams about the game. It's not gotten maybe as much attention as I was expecting, given some of the early positive reviews, but I really like it. I'm going to show it off. If it needs a little bit of help, then that's great. If it doesn't need help, it's still a really fun game. And so that's all good by me. I've unlocked a few more things. I got to the end boss once during an offline game. I did not win, but I saw the end boss, and that was cool because I'd previously never beaten the second boss in a run. So I'm still definitely discovering new stuff. It seems like there are 3 factions. I'm hoping that there will be more later on, but there's already a lot of game in this game. So let's hop over and take a look. I'm going to actually start the game so that you don't end up just seeing my Steam page. So that's that. My TTRPG, my normal Wednesday home game is unfortunately canceled today. So I will probably have the evening to myself, spend it with Meg, possibly do some writing or just extra treadmilling or exercising or whatever up here in the office. My treadmill is right over there. I have my laptop that goes with it. But for whatever reason, and this is probably something I could fix and I just haven't figured out how, when my laptop AC adapter is plugged in, I get like static zapped when I'm on the treadmill. I don't know, that's maybe the static from the treadmill that is finding something to zap to. And so I just have to unplug the laptop when I'm treadmilling. Otherwise I get zapped every like 30 to 90 seconds, which is would absolutely, or it's very aggravating when it happens. And so it usually happens once, and then I remember that the thing is still plugged in, and I pull it out. Having that happen all the time would be intolerable. I would simply, I would not literally, but I would simply die. So here's a cute cat person merchant with one of the cute pets. This is not a pet I have yet. I need to get a 6x kill combo to unlock whatever the 6th pet being is. I have all 3 factions now. So we have the Clunk Masters. I don't remember if I had these in the last stream. So they do a lot of stuff with clunkers and with a resource called junk that they recycle. And then we have the Shademancers, which I definitely know I unlocked, and the original Snow Dwellers. We might do a daily run today as well. I've done a couple of those since, but I've not won a daily run. Okay, so now that I have 3 factions unlocked, we get 1 character from each faction when I start, when I am like about to kick off a run. So we have the Snow Dwellers, and each of these factions, if you pick one of their characters, you start with that deck, and these are 3 different starting decks. So Shademancers, 7 health, 2 attack, apply 1 snow, smack back. So they attack every 4 turns, and whenever they are attacked, they counter with 2 damage and a snow. Countering with snow is pretty cool. The Snow Dweller has 7 health, 0 damage, but applies 3 shroom, and has long shot, so they attack the farthest back character. And then Wizif, for the clunkers, 7, 3 attack, apply 3 ink, which silences effects. So basically it makes it as if the enemy's card text, like all of this, just doesn't exist, and then that counts down every turn. This is also aimless, which means the character hits a random target in the row that they're in. I have not done enough with Shroom, so I think I'm going to take this opportunity to lead with a Shroom character And I think I'll go with Loki because Loki gives Demon Eyes. When you have Demon Eyes, you double the next source of damage that you take, and that might combo nicely with Shroom. Let's find out. Okay, so we've got Fletch 4, and a reminder here is our deck when we play as the Snow Dweller. So we get 2 of the Snow Sticks, 3 Scrappy Swords, the Sun Rod, Flame Water, and a Wood Head, plus our pet. So applying snow is really handy. The Scrappy Sword is decent targeted damage. Having a Wood Head for an extra blocker is really nice. And then Flame Water can increase the attack of certain characters, so I could use that on Fletch 4 so that they do a little bit of damage when they attack. So we have this enemy is going to attack to give to put 2 snow on me. So I'd love to get rid of them before that happens if I can. One thing I can do is I can put down Wood Head, and I can also just hit them with a Scrappy Sword. So then everything counts down by 1, and I can hit them with a Scrappy Sword again. Then the Snowbow hits me for 1. Let's see, you're going to come in 3 turns. I'm going to go ahead and count down my Fletch 4. So that hits them for 3, or hits them for 3 Shroom. The 3 Shroom popped, and they took damage, but now they have 1 health, and they're going to attack me again. So I'm going to use a Snow Stick to eliminate them. And do I want Wood Head and Flame Water? I'm going to go ahead and redraw, because I could redraw for free. I'm going to put Loki up here to get them into the count. This Winter Worm has a huge attack, but every time they're hit, they lose 1 attack. I'm probably going to ignore this Gobbling, even though I can get money, because I want the Winter Worm to not attack, because it would just take Loki out entirely in 1 hit. And then I've got 2 turns until the boss arrives. So this is... So they have a Demon Eyes, which means I'm going to move Fletch 4 up here to attack for 0, but then do 3 Shroom, and then when that 3 Shroom pops, it should do 6 damage instead. Which means I can just use a Scrappy Sword on the Gobbling and get a little bit of money. And then the 3 pops, great. So now the boss. So this is the very first boss. It comes with 1 baby Snowbow, which is not really a big problem. But whenever anything is snowed, the Snow Knight gains +1 attack. So I'm going to go ahead and put down a Wood Head to tank that first hit. Actually, I'm going to let Fletch 4 take this one because the enemy is going to gain some attack, and I have plenty of health here. This Loki is going to kill the Snowbow. Actually, let's do this way, right? Because Loki is going to apply that Demon Eyes, which is going to do bonus damage. And I can... Yeah. So if I do this, then Loki will hit, apply Demon Eyes, then Fletch 4 will hit for the 3 Shroom, and then the 3 Shroom will do 6 damage, and I get rid of Snowbow with the Snow Stick. So they attack first, give them Demon Eyes. Long shot? Why is long shot... Hits the furthest target in the row. Why didn't you do any of that? Oh, it's because it wasn't your turn. That's fine. Totally okay. I had convinced myself that this character was also about to go. So my hand is empty. I should redraw. That should fix it. Thank you, Sloppy1, for letting me know. I thought I had already switched over those things. So here we are. We have the Snow Knight. We have my Loki, who is a pet. We have Fletch 4, the lead character, my leader, who has 6 out of 7 health, 0 attack, but applies 3 Shroom and attacks the farthest enemy in the lane. And then I have Wood Head, who is a clunker who will block 1 hit for me. So I think I'm going to move you up here to do that block. And I'm going to count down Fletch 4. So now they do their Shroom, and that 3 doubles to 6, and they have 2, which means I could just wait, but I'm going to go ahead and use that sword, and that's the first boss. So I will show off the deck again, since it did not display earlier. So here's what I got. Fletch 4 as my leader, I have Loki as my pet character. And then we have 2 snow sticks, 3 scrappy swords, a sun rod, a flame water, and woodhead. We're going to add to this deck. And the deck is kind of our deck for the run, which we will add to and remove things from. So here I could get an extra companion and then an item card, or I could get an item card and then a charm. And either way, I will end up getting an extra companion here. So I think getting several companions early on is more important to me right now because a lot of my characters are not super damage oriented. I'm going to take Fun Gun for more shroom, even though I think Colonel would be really handy here because of being a tank. Fun Gun does have 10 health. They just don't attack super often with a number of 5 for countdown. Okay, so +2 to items in your hand, hits all undamaged enemies, or Mimic. Let's do... I don't think I've done the Spice Sparklers before, so let's try it out. Okay, so based on the companions we have 2 people that do Shroom, 1 that does Demonize. Nobody does a lot of damage, just straight up damage. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take a Big Berry here. All right, we're going to put you here because the Earthberry, when they attack, they deal additional damage equal to their health. So they would do 6, which is not great for me. So I'm going to put Big Berry out here. I'm going to put out Loki. And then I'm going to snow this enemy to delay them by a couple turns. This Berry Witch is going to go first. And then Big Berry is going to go... It's not going to kill them. So you do 2... So I'm going to say we're going to go here, because then we'll do 5 and then 2. And if I do it this way, they will do 2 to me, I will do 2 to them and the doubler, and then the Big Berry will get the kill and restore 2 to self and allies in the row, so they'll both be fully healed. And I will go ahead and count down Fletchfor to put that 3 poison on. So the enemy gains a health, but then we get that recovery. And this Earthberry is going to attack now for 3, and then they'll take 2 afterward. But I can redraw. So I can Snow Stick them again, and then the Shroom will defeat them. Now I'm going to go ahead and put Fun Gun out. This says apply to Shroom, increase by 1 when hit, so I want Fun Gun in the front, because that's going to keep on building up the amount of Shroom that they deal. Loki's ready to attack, to do 2 and the Demonize. This applies 4 snow, and it would apply to my leader, and I don't want that. So what I can do is I could move my leader back so that the Snowburb wouldn't be attacking them. I could also use the Scrappy Sword to eliminate the Snowburb, but then Fun Gun would take that full 6. So if I use Scrappy Sword on the Earthberry, then the Big Berry will kill them. And let's see, you're at 5. But I won't be able to use that to heal Fun Gun. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Scrappy... Oh, no, I want to do this because the Earthberry is going to hit Big Berry. We'll use the Scrappy Sword there. And then they get some big hits. And I can redraw here, so I'm going to do that. So if I do this, that would get me some money. What I want is Big Berry to be able to get a kill to do some healing here, and I could put Fun Gun up there as well. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to Sun Rod my Big Berry. The Gobbling is going to run away. Big Berry's going to get the kill and heal everybody. And then... Oh, I actually do want to keep these folks here because I want to heal them. Loki is fine, so Loki's going to go down here to hit this Earthberry. And I can put my Spice Sparklers out, and then all of my cards here will do more damage, which will be great for when the boss shows up. Speaking of which... Hey there, the kids are asleep. Yeah, grab lunch. See you back whenever. Hope you're having a good day. So, Queen Glowberry does additional damage equal to health, like the Big Berry. So I don't want to let Queen Glowberry attack. Berry Witch will go first. So I'm going to go ahead and use a Scrappy Sword here. And then we're going to switch things so that you can go here. Because then Big Berry will get a kill and heal both of them. So I'm going to use Scrappy Sword on Queen Glowberry. Or I guess Globbery. Globbery. Okay. Let's go ahead and put some more damage down there. Cool. Didn't even need to bother taking out the Berry Witch because of Loki's doubler. Okay, we can get money and an item, or charm and a companion, and then we're going to go to the store. We have 3 companions, which is our current maximum, but getting another companion could let us kind of specialize a little bit more. We can get a charm here for free, but because there's a store, I'm going to go to the cave, which will just get me money, and then we're going to take an item. When hit, deal equal damage to the attacker, apply -2 attack, apply 7 spice. So I'm going to use the Frost Bell, because this deck is not as fast. It's focusing on Shroom and Demonize. So I want to be able to slow my enemy down a little bit. So I'm going to take a charm, and we'll see what this is. This will add some kind of, oh hey, so a Frost Hand charm. So that plus my Frost Bell will combine really nicely. So we're going to say that Loki is going to do both Demonize and Frost for great setups here. And then I have 64 left, which is not enough to buy a second charm, but is enough to buy one of these cards if I want. Snowcake. I like Snowcake because it really just takes an enemy fully out of the game for a big chunk of time with 12 snow. Now, some enemies like Infernoco can have a maximum snow of 1, so you really can't use the big snow effects on them. They're not going to be able to, I'm not able to keep them out of the game for that long. So Makoko has a 1 counter, so they attack all the time, and then every time they activate or attack, they're going to gain 1 +1 attack. So I really want to get rid of them quickly. The Loki is handy here because it will mitigate some of that attack. And if I barrage, it will reduce all of their attack, which is pretty nice. I could Sunrod here to get Fletch 4 to attack sooner. And I can also Snow Makoko, which will slow them down a fair bit. This Porcupine is going to barrage and hit everybody for 2. Which is not my favorite thing. I can do this, which will 0 out their attack for this next attack. So you're going to do nothing. So if I do this... Okay, yeah, because it long shots you. What I want is for Makoko to die with 0 attack, because then Infernoco doesn't get the bonus. But I don't know that that's going to be viable here, because I want to get rid of them before they can do a whole lot more. I can Snowcake them, but that I'd rather save that for much later if I can. So I think I'm just going to snow stick them. And then Loki's going to get to take them out. Well, no. Because they're just going to do 2, and I don't have my my attack bonus thing here. So this Makoko is also going to start going. So we're going to get Big Berry here to start smushing some things and making life better for me. Okay, now this enemy only has 1 attack, and that's better for me because I can take them out. And then I can make Fletch 4 go back here because they'll do 3 Shroom to this Makoko. And I can... Let's see, so you're going to do 2 and then 1. I'm going to go ahead and put the wood head out here for a little bit of protection. So there's 5, you've got 2 Shroom. You're going to attack again and gain that damage. Big Berry is going to attack after this Makoko and do 5, which means I'm going to use my Shroom here so that Big Berry gets a kill. Why? Did you have that? I didn't think Big Berry had that little health. Whatever. I often do more poorly on streams because I don't spend as much time just staring at the board doing all the math. So I could snow you. Let's go ahead and redraw. We've got our fun gun. I do think I want to get rid of not have to deal with Makoko for a little while. That gives me at least a bit of time. So I fun gun, now I've got my double Shroom thing going. Attacking for 4 is no good. I want this Frost Bell so that I can get Makoko's attack down for the Infernoko. You are ready to attack. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Oh, I'm going to die because my person's in the front. I should have put Fun Gun in the front. So that's a warm-up run. I have now killed enough enemies with Shroom that I unlocked a map event. Oh, that's very cool. So a new thing that can show up in the game. Icebreaker Cavern. Broke this one from the ice. Perhaps you'll meet him next time you head out. So this is a new thing that I can do. I've run into this like once. I've run into the Shade Sculptor more frequently. So we see the different unlocks and roguelite progression elements in these different buildings, which is cool. All right, second run. Deal 4 additional damage to damaged targets. So that's great. I have the Scrappy Sword. Put a Scrappy Sword on. Lockroot will do a bunch of extra damage. Marn has Frenzy, so they attack twice every time they activate, but add 1 junk to my hand. Mardo applies 1 snow and does smackback. All right, I think we passed on Mardo last time. Let's go ahead and take them. We'll take our friend Snoof that also does snow, because then snow compounds, and that can be really handy. Here we go. I'm going to pull up so that I'm not having to lean forward. I want to take out the Snoof, and the Shademancers are also able to summon little friends like that. So we'll go ahead and get Jun onto the board as soon as possible. I am going to stab you there. Jun can take 1 hit. Snoof would attack, but I'm going to go ahead and get rid of them because every time that Jun attacks, they lose 1 health because they're a summoned character. So you would attack and get rid of Jun, or I could accelerate Mardo. I'm going to accelerate Mardo to just get rid of that enemy. And then I'm going to have you go here. Because this enemy has so much health, I don't want to wait for the smackback here. I'm going to go ahead and reload. I'm going to put you up here. I'm going to put snow there because applying snow will make this enemy take longer to be able to do any damage. I could bury Bell here to get another turn out of Jun. I think that's a great idea. because they lose 1 health after activating. And if I do this, and then that, this will snow the goblin, and this will do a bit more damage and snow the winter worm. So I'm gonna hit the goblin to get some money, and then they're both snowed. And I'm gonna count you. Who do I want to do? I have so much snow that I can do. Let's go ahead and snow them a bunch. And then I can redraw next turn. Sunburst. Yeah. I'm liking all the things that the options that I have here, so that's totally fine. So then the June is done, but I will be able to summon them again because the card is right here. So I can redraw, and I can summon another June friend. The Snoof will get rid of the Snowbow, and the Snow Knight will get beefier. I have 5 Tar Blades, which means I can do 5 damage in 1 hit, which is nice. It's going to hit the June. June gets to attack this turn, which will eliminate the Winter Worm. So Snow Knight is going to attack for 2 against my leader. Leader's going to smack back for 2 and 1 snow, but I can just Tar Blade and finish this fight. Because the first fight is not too much. Okay, so we can get a charm and a companion, or an item and money and then a companion. I'm going to take a charm and then a companion because this is not a shop. We'll have money, we'll have the chance to get money later, and this charm could help me totally reorient my build depending on what it is. So this is a bonfire charm. When consumed, apply 2 overburn to all enemies. Overburn explodes when more than or equal to health, damaging all targets in the row, and clears after activation. So what can I put this on? I can only, looks like I can only put it on something that is a consume item. So I can't use that just yet. Companions are not consume. So Big Berry or Berry Sis or a Jumbo. Jumbo also hits the ally behind them, but they do hit all enemies. Oh, I guess they hit all enemies in a row. I don't know if Jumbo, if this means they hit everybody behind them because they have barrage, but mostly Jumbo is a big tank. When hit, add lost health to a random ally. Lost health to companion would be really good. Big Berry also does that. Random ally, but Berry Sis has a 3 number instead of the 4. So, and I haven't used Berry Sis much, so we're going for variety here. Blunky is just a nice blocker with a low number. Tusk and Taiga both have teeth, which deals damage to attackers. I have Berry Sis as a blocker. I don't know that I'm super in love with any of these to go with this, but Tusk does add teeth to all allies. So I think when I next get the chance to recruit another friend, I might do that, and they might go better with my deck. So I want to get rid of this Mimic, because it gets extra attack. We'll put you up there. Losing an attack is not a super big deal here. You're going to hit for 2. And yeah, I'm just going to Tar Blade the Mimic. So now, if I do this, it will hit them and snow them, so they won't get to go yet. And if I snow you, then my June gets to go first. And I will... So I want to get rid of this Ice Lantern immediately, because it gives a bonus attack to all of the enemies. And then they have this Mimic, which will attack when this Frostinger gets to attack. I'm going to put this character in front because they are going to take a hit. Then I'm going to move Mardo because they have smack back. So, lost health and gave that health to Mardo. And then, let's see. This is increase by 1, not recover 1, which is really nice. So if I do this, everybody's health goes up in that row. And I'm going to do this because it will also add teeth, which kind of makes the enemies lose health a lot more quickly. As Junjun is down to 1, there's only one enemy left there, so I'm going to go ahead and stab them. Now the next wave will attack, so which will be the boss, right? The ringer. When hit, apply 2 frost to a random enemy. So this makes me less able to do attack. The snowbird is going to snow people. I don't like any of that. So if I snow you, I don't have to worry about you quite so much. So my Junjun lost health, and I can't really... other friends I could reserve and have them gain health, but not summons. I suppose I could bury Bell here again, which I like that. So that means I'll get one more useful hit out of them. So you're gonna hit. So I can move Barry Sis up here because then the teeth and that health will get moved around. Nice. So we're losing a lot of our attack here, but we do have these teeth, which means that the enemy will lose health even when they're attacking. And that's nice. I'm going to redraw, and we're going to get rid of the snowbird, and now it's just this one enemy. So we're losing a bunch of attack. This is going to do 1. All right, adding a Junjun mask will give us more places to spread around those attack penalties. So now it's down to 2 for all of these friends. I'm going to go ahead and Blizzard Bottle so that all my friends get to attack first. And then we'll do this. And hit the same one, which is great. Because it means the others do actually get to do the normal damage. Now this enemy has 1 health left, and a single Tar Blade will finish the fight. Okay. A little bit of a strange deck here so far, but we've got a few synergies across some options. I don't know that I want to necessarily stick with this. Tusk and Barry Sis is not a bad combination. It's kind of turning defense into offense. I do want to get some items because I have that consume thing. So I think we're going to go this way, get the money, and pass up on the Charm Merchant here. Okay, so apply snow equal to damage dealt for Snobble is not bad. Chikichi. Alright, this goes better with the kind of Shademancer stuff that I have, because when sacrificed, it turns into a bigger friend, and you can just keep on building this character. So we're gonna take Tusk out. No, we're gonna take Snoof out, and we're gonna rely less on snow. Okay, I'm looking for something that says consume. Yes. Numlin Biscuit, and then I can add this. When consumed, apply 2 overburn to all enemies. So we're going to take the Numlin Biscuit. We've got 137 left. We only have that 1 source of overburn, so I don't know that I want to do that. I could do Tiger Skull, which would let me sacrifice the Chikichi type of character and gain that 4 teeth. But I have enough to do a crown and a charm here. So a crown will let you start with a character. So if I start with the Chikichi, I can start building them up right away, even though they're not as much of a tank. Okay, pinch charm, draw 2, gain draw 2 on kill. So anybody that this character kills, I'm going to draw 2. So I could give it to one of these tar blades, but that's kind of a crapshoot because tar blades damage depends on how many other tar blades you have. So I'm going to give it to Chikichi, knowing that I'm going to build this character up, right? They're going to have 2 attack, then 4 attack, and then more. And I can give the bonfire charm, or this charm to the biscuit. All right. That's basically all my money. And now we go to a boss fight. Bamboozle hits all enemies. But luckily, all right, so first thing is I'm just gonna turn Chikichi into the bigger one immediately. We're gonna snow the winter worm, so they slow down. Mardo does the nice smack back. So you're gonna attack. I'm gonna hit the winter worm with this tar blade. Chikichi hits for 4, which is nice. Now they're down to 3 here, which means if I tar blade them, they won't get KO'd. So I'm gonna go ahead and just tar blade the winter worm. Mardo hits for 1 snow, which slows the bamboozle down just a tiny bit. So I'm going to add Numlin to the Junjun mask, and that adds this overburn. And then I use the mask, and it doesn't count as my turn. And let's see, because you're going to do 3. It's all enemies. So what I wanted, or what I really want here is to be able to kill the Chicani, because they're about to take this 3 damage. And I don't know that I have a way. Yeah, because you're going to get to attack before Mardo, who could snow you. This says hits all enemies, so it's everybody on the board. So if I put the Berry Sis out, maybe that will save one of my characters. No, it just goes to the Mardo who didn't get KO'd. So we put Tusk down. Winterworm is at 5 with 2 overburn. Or if I redraw, it ends my turn. I won't get to play. So we're going to say that goes to you, and then when you next get hit by something, that overburn should get you. So I do this. The overburn hits, does 2 damage to everybody else, but now Grouchy's attack goes up by a bunch. Mardo is down to 1 health, but I know that Bamboozle turns into a second phase boss. So I'm thinking I'm going to do this, and then use Berry Bell to recover a little bit for my people. I count you down, you're going to attack, and then the overburn bursts and hits everybody. Bamboozle turns into Bam and Boozle. Bamboozle attacks very quickly, or this Boozle attacks very quickly. I'm going to Tar Blade that enemy. They hit Tusk for snow. That's fine because Tusk is mostly there to give these folks this. I can snow Boozle. They don't have that maximum 1 snow special protection. And then I can Jun and still use something else because it has Numlin. I'm going to tar the Winter Worm because I don't want to forget about them and have them hit for a huge amount of damage. We're going to do that again. So they're down to 1. Let's see. We're going to count you down. Oh, I thought I had 2 health left. I always forget that the go faster thing does 1 damage. It really shouldn't, but I guess that's it's the trade-off. Okay, so you gain 1 block on kill, which is interesting, and I haven't done a Gnome Clunklings run yet today. So let's say we're going to take Sneasel, because drawing is very handy. With the gnome, with these folks, you may be drawing junk sometimes, and you want to be able to draw the cards you were actually looking for. Because sometimes when you get junk, you don't get to, you're not drawing what you're looking for. So you're going to do 1, and then Wizturf's going to gain some damage on kill. I'm going to go ahead and Snowzuka you to slow you down so that Wizturf can get can get a block here. So there's a bonus if you don't kill the naked gnome. But I don't know that, because I don't have the junk to be able to give this Sunsong box bonus. So what happens if we just wait? So I can put down Sneasel. Wizturf gets that block. I put down Junkhead. And now a new enemy shows up. Yep. Waddle Goons and the Gobbling. And what do we want to do? We're going to hit Waddle Goons with the Gear Hammer. And then Sneasel hits there. So Waddle Goons against Sneasel is great because I'm going to draw 3 cards that hit 3 times, and I draw 1 when hit, each time when hit. So we'll hit them a little bit, and then now I can redraw. So they're going to hit, I'm going to gain draw these cards, and then Wizturf's going to kill them, and I'm going to get another block. Which sounds lovely to me, honestly. Alright, we're going to Gear Hammer this Gobbling so that I can get some money. Sneasel gives me all these cards. Excellent, and then Wizturf gets rid of them. Alright, I'm going to Gear Hammer you. Gobbling runs away. Oh, their Naked Gnome is done, so I don't get the achievement. Alright, Big Pang gains +1 attack when an ally is killed. Here's the thing. Your text doesn't exist for 4 turns. So I'm going to start getting rid of these little rank and file people. And Sneasel only has 1 health left, so I'm going to reserve them. When they get reserved, they heal 5 health. And I'm going to take one of these out so that there's not so much damage coming in on me. Okay, you hit Junkhead. Penguin gets one of my blocks. And if I... Oh, so I can improve your attack, since I have the junk now. And get rid of you. Big Pang only does 2 now, which is not too bad. I have 1 block. Plus I have a Junkhead. And I can snow them for 4, so we're not in much trouble here. Alright, and I'll finish you with the Gear Hammer. Kapow. So with Wizturf's ability, I need to make sure that they are getting the killing blow a fair amount of the time so that they're able to build up that block and have that sustain. I do think I'm going to go this route for, well, let's see. Frozen Travelers, yeah, because I need other damage, right? So on with a Proto Stomper, I have to trash 2 junk from my hand, but it does 8 damage. Mini Muncher, destroy a card in your hand, but it does not end your turn when played. I'm going to take the Proto Stomper, knowing that I won't be able to use it until later in a fight. Restore health, also hits ally behind. Alright, we're going to take Bonnie. And then we're going to get 1 more here, and I'm hoping for somebody with some beefy attack. Big Berry. Krigo says, when a card is destroyed, gain +1 attack. So we're going to take Krigo because there's nice synergy with all of the destroying clunkers and things like that. So Wizturf goes here. Actually, I think I want you here. I don't have the trash for the Protostomper yet, but I can put on Sneasel. I can hit you with junk, which should get rid of you, right? No. Okay, you have to take damage. I can Snowzuka, but actually I'm going to Snowzuka you. And we're going to put out Bonnie so that she can start healing people. I'm going to Gear Hammer the Mimic. Don't have the junk for that, so I'm going to redraw here. I want to get rid of the Ice Lantern ASAP. Because all the enemies' damage drops back down immediately. Alright, now Sneasel is very weak. You are going to attack and restore 2 health to all allies, which will be really handy. And I'm going to go ahead and put out Krigo so that Krigo starts getting a bonus when stuff starts getting knocked out. So trash 2, I don't have that much trash yet. We're going to go ahead and get rid of that Mimic. Frostinger attacks for 1. So now look at Krigo's attack start building up. Alright, we're going to go after that. The Goblin can run away, that's fine. I'm going to put you up here so that you get those enemies. Krigo can go in the front a little bit. I don't have the junk. This Gear Hammer will do 3, but they're not going to get to attack before Wizturf. So I'm going to get rid of you. We're going to attack for 1, and there's the Ringer. What I do think I want to do is eliminate the Ringer's text. We're going to put Junkhead on here to take some hits. You're going to go here, you're going to go there. You're going to hit for 3, but not for a little while. So actually I'm going to put you here. And then we're going to hit you with the Gear Hammer so that Wizturf can get that KO here in a couple turns. So that's 1 junk. So I can use this on Wizturf and it'll buff Krigo even a little bit more. Barrage there. You're going to regain health for everybody. And I'm going to snow you. Okay, so now Wizturf has that. I want to get rid of the Frostinger so that I can tank a hit from the Ringer themselves. So we're going to Sunsong Box again to keep you rolling. And we're going to Snowzuka on the Porcupine. So critical doubles its effect if it's the rightmost card in your hand, which it wasn't that time. We're going to hit you because if we eliminate the Ringer, then the fight is just over. So this Gear Hammer will do that. So unfortunately, Krigo got injured, which means Krigo will have half health until they go through a whole fight without getting knocked out. Charm, Blink Snail Cave, yeah. More people is very tempting, right? Because I've got this weird mostly support thing going on. I don't know that Wizturf is strong enough to be the foundation for all of this. So I'm going to go this way. Nope, that was the wrong way to go for people. Well, I'm daring myself to try things differently by forgetting what's going on. So putting the Sun Charm on Wizturf is great because they're going to attack 25% more frequently. Right? They go from 4 to 3. Like, because they gain block on kill, I want them to attack frequently. So that was great. Got some money. And then here is a shop. So we have 140. Increase attack by 2, barrage, consume. So that could be really handy. Restore 2, barrage. I like that. 19 is not enough for both of these, right? Because taking a crown leaves me with 39. Let's look at our people. Having Kriego out with a crown would be really handy, though. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. The earlier they're out, the more attack they're going to gain. I just need to then keep them safe, which ideally I can do with my leader gaining block. I don't know that we'll beat Bamboozled. I may have not set myself up right for this. Okay, I'm going to put Sneasel in to get me some cards from the Snowbow here. And then we're going to snow the Winter Worm. There's one junk, but if I count you down, we're going to do damage. It does increase your attack, and it will instantly boost Kriego, which is pretty nice. I do this. Snowbow attacks, I gain defense. Alright, I don't want to put Bounty out yet because they'll just get KO'd by Bamboozle. I can redraw. So if I ink Bamboozle, they will not attack my back row, which is pretty nice. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then here's another thing I can do. I can move all of my characters into one row and do this berry basket so everyone gets 2 health back. Alright, so I move you down here. You're going to attack for 1, but you're aimless. Everybody can survive that hit. I have gear hammers. I don't have the trash for this, but Junkhead adds trash when hit. So we're going to gear hammer. We're going to put the Junkhead up here. Yeah, well, I think Rudolph and Frost, like, so that's the Rankin Bass style animation. Is that right? Rankin Bass? If I'm thinking of the right one. Or if I'm thinking of the one that you're thinking of. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so that's Bamboozle. Stinky Fish. I'm not familiar. That must be the production company's name, maybe? Alright, so we'll snow you. How has your attack not gone up by that much? Unacceptable. Oh, that Winter Worm is gonna... Yeah. Problem. Okay. Let's put you out. And now this is 1 junk. If I do this here, then I will get another junk and I'll be able to use the Proto Stomper. So we're going to go and use the Gear Hammer here. But you attacked Wild. Great. Wild is that bonus thing. So gain 1 frenzy when other wild cards are killed. So these two support one another. Okay. If I use the Proto Stomper here, I won't get the kill because you only have 4 attack. But 8 and 4 is 12, which is not enough for you. Let's go ahead and get rid of this enemy. And that gives us another junk. I'll redraw. Oh, rank Bask. I got it. That makes sense. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So... I wonder if Kriego will retain attack, having gone through all of that. So you have 4 attack, and this enemy has 5 health, but this winter worm has... I believe I'm donezo. Right? That's just too much. So, Wizturf, interesting idea. I did not support that character properly. So you're slightly different. Gain 1 on kill from a different faction. So let's try Junio. Took the dolls to play with. Wow. That is pretty wild. But, you know, at the time, maybe they didn't know that it was going to become such a mainstay for, you know, that range of generations. So if I do Loki, that increases my chances of getting kills with the leader. So maybe that will work better. Okay. We go here. And then we go here. And if I snow you, then these people will get to attack first. But I want to do this. Oh, actually, you'll get the kill anyway. So let's do this. And we're going to put down Woodhead. Boom, boom. And I'll get rid of you so you don't do any damage. Alright, we're going to hit you. And then you go immediately. Great. Two block. And I redraw. I can snow you and slow you down so that people can do stuff. Boost your attack. So you're more likely to get those bonuses on kill. I don't want to use an attack because I want Junio to be able to hit and do that extra damage. So I'm just going to redraw. Junio gets the kill, goes up to 3 block. Snow Knight gets a buddy. Oh, but not a winter worm. Lovely. So I'm just going to count you down because you have 4 attack. And then I can snow you. Snow Knight's going to hit for 2, but I can take 2 more hits and it doesn't matter what damage they are because the block gets rid of an entire instance. But now you have a Demonize, and so a Scrappy Sword will kill you. Yeah, Kirk's chair. Yeah, I guess, do we look... Are we mostly waiting until Star Wars that type of collector stuff really picks up with all the merchandising that it has, or is it earlier with like Jaws as the first blockbuster or something else? It wasn't until the 90s that people started saving props. Okay. Yeah, I know that there are a lot of details of the original Star Wars shoot that are not as well documented because nobody knew that Star Wars was going to be this big thing in the way that it became. I remember hearing about that, I think, from Star Wars Celebration in like 98, 99. I think the Star Wars Celebration right before the Phantom Menace. My dad took me to because he worked at Random House, and Random House was publishing the Star Wars books then and still does. So I went to a presentation by somebody who had found the place where Lucasfilm shot the Lars farm in Tunisia, because apparently Lucasfilm did not have those records at the time. It's very interesting to me that we have Star Wars as like a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, but then there are some of these things that are nearly forgotten. I believe Fury Road was shot... Was it shot in Tunisia? I don't recall. That may be. Oh, Shelby works nicely with my leader. Namibia. Okay. Yeah, I had learned where Fury Road was shot, but it was long enough ago that I forgot. Showing the dune that the sandcrawler was on. Okay, so I've got... So when an enemy is killed, apply shell to the attacker. You get multi-attack. I think I want Fun Gun for the defense. Let's go here. I don't want you to get to do this because that's more... It's too much stuff. You are going to get to go here. And let's see. So I want Junior to be able to get the kill, but I don't know that that's happening. I would have to like snow them, which is not what I'm looking to do here. Yeah, not a K-pop video. Important disclaimer to make these days. Okay, so you would apply 2 shroom. I don't want you to apply 2 shroom. I do want to be able to do Shelly stuff, but I mostly want to not have to take... Well, I'm going to take it anyway, so I should have put down Shelly. Okay. So it's not great, but it's not the worst possible thing ever. So you will get that on kill, which is lovely, but you will gain bonus attack, so I'm going to start doing damage to you. Because you're going to take damage from Shroom, and Shroom Gobbler gains this bonus. So we're going to snow you, so you don't get to attack. And then I wish that would kill you, but there'll be enough time for this stuff to work. If I move you up here, you will get that kill. Then you go here. And I'm going to put this here for the save. Great. So now you can just tank some hits. So this means that when you take that 3 shroom, it's going to pop for 6. Yes. So now I want this up here to do all this damage stacking on you. Apply to when when an ally attacks. So that's your Shroom Gobbler here. I would like for that to not happen. Now, Shelly, you're a little bit late because I didn't play you earlier when I should have. So let's get rid of that puffball. This is going to apply a bunch of shroom. I'm going to snow you. Yeah, I believe the prequel movies returned to Tunisia, so they would have shot, I guess, part of Attack of the Clones there. Attack of the Clones, I think, is the one where he goes back to Tatooine and the stuff with his mom. I think that may be it. All right, so you're just gonna shroom a whole bunch. I wonder if the shroom, does it get rid of health? No, it hits the block. Okay. All right, I want to get rid of that as soon as I can. So you're going to hit and get the kill, which is great. Do that. Shroom pops for 6. Snow you, which spares me a turn. And then the shroom gets you. Great. Okay, moving on. There's the boss. We've got 3 companions here. Yeah, this is just going to stack here, so maybe Shelly isn't the greatest option because I don't have a lot of other strong offense. So I'm going to go up here and see if I can maybe switch things around. Item, item, item. Totem of the Goat. Let's do a Berry Blade because it's both damage and healing, and the Berry Blade combos nicely with Demon Eyes. Chomp Bomb combos with Shelly. So let's try that. This may go poorly because I don't have as much defense. No, I want to keep Loki. Alright. This may be a bad idea, but we're trying things out. Add 1 Frenzy to Crowned Allies. That's cool. When an ally is hit, restore their health by 1. I think that's going to do more for me because if they're hit and they have Shell or Block, they're not going to lose any health. They'll instead gain health. That's cool. Junio is not in as great a place here because of this bamboozle stuff, but let's see. Because I think you do actually attack across here first. So we're going to do all this. You're going to take 1. So we're actually going to do this here. And we're going to snow the worm to slow them down. Okay. So this enemy is going to attack for 3 against everybody, which will get rid of Shelly. So I'm going to send Shelly to recover. Oh, I should have... well, no, because she still would have gotten KO'd. So you're going to hit everybody, which is not great. Put you out. So we're going to snow you. And we're going to do that. Okay, that gets Junio a block. Yeah, the thing about the children playing the Jawas reminds me of what's going on. I think like Iowa just passed some child labor laws that are, why don't you do more? Why don't we have more child labor? Which seems like maybe not a great time. I thought you had a block. Whatever. What the hell ever. Talking and playing this game is not working super great for me today, but that's fine because I'm not stressed about it. Long shot and lang. Let's have this friend to do some summons. And let's use a Bushu. They already have the child labor and no one wants to deal with enforcement. Once upon a time, the Midwest was a labor stronghold. A lot of time has passed since then. Increase 1, we can just get rid of you. Nobody to attack. You get to summon your friend here. I do want to get rid of that. So let's hit you for 2. Yeah, a big trick with any of this labor stuff is that there are a lot of vulnerable populations where like labor law just isn't allowed or it doesn't get applied because people are kind of getting employed in ways that skirt around actual labor law or the attention of anybody who could do something about it. Apply snow. And what do I want? Let's do this so I get more time from my summoned friends. No, I don't want to count you down. Let's redraw. Okay, that's great. Get rid of you. New friend. And now we're just gonna burn you down as quick as we can. Because you're not doing that much damage since there has not been snow. Look at all these little friends, they're gonna hit you. Boom. Nicely done. Let's see, I think this is a notification that Waypoint is streaming. I will catch that later. Alright, I'll probably take a... I might just do an early stream because my voice is already a little strained today. What do we have? Let's do Tusk because we have all these summonable friends. Giving them teeth is going to be really handy. And then what else can we gain? So more teeth. The Maunch is interesting. Let's try to make the Maunch work. International labor solidarity and labor action is very difficult because of a lot of things. And international, like basically racism and nationalism played a big role in undermining labor, right? Because we had like, oh, okay, well, there's labor organization here, and so people move jobs over there, and then the labor organization is not at the same point, or the government is more authoritarian in other places, like maybe China. So that becomes really difficult, since a lot of people in China, to my understanding, are working in truly loathsome conditions. You know, not necessarily, or like loathsome on the same category as, you know, when we're talking about sweatshops and things, and there's like different versions and degrees of terribleness in different places. So it is very difficult because if the math is always make the most expensive thing for the cheapest and we don't care what happens to the people, then what we have happening keeps happening. Tusk. Poison. Snow. Aim. Okay, you're aimless, but you hit the same person 3 times in a row. The person who doesn't have teeth. I see you, video game. I think you're being sneaky. Or it was just bad luck. Okay, get some health back, since you're gonna lose again more health from that shroom. All right, go here. Go recover so you don't die. We'll go up here. Redraw. Put you down there. Puffball, very rough. Where did... Okay, because they just stacked up so much. Shroom. I'm very curious to see whether, like, if the Microsoft acquisition of Blizzard goes through and there are unionized working units in Blizzard, will more houses, more shops in Microsoft unionize? All right, and yikes, what's going on here? All right, we're gonna do that to spread this around. Nope. Aimless. Three heads in a row. 2 times out of 3 in this fight. Let's count you down for health recovery. Oh, I'm dead. I didn't have anything I could do about it. Not a great run. I'm very glad to hear that things are already changing for the better in WoW. Barrage, you hit everybody. Restore 4 on kill. Apply to... All right, let's try this. And let's take you, because you get the damage bonus, and that increases our chances of getting a kill with any given attack for that character. Smuggle Fizz. And Loki. Let's smoosh you. See when hit. All right, we're going to move that up here so we can take the junk hit. Okay, you're going to restore health on kill. You don't need to. I could do this, and then it'll put a bunch of damage on Chungoon. So long as I don't get Sylvanas trying to read my email. That is very funny. Yeah, I actually liked the World of Warcraft movie fairly well. So I would not be unhappy to see more Warcraft media stuff. You know, with any of these things, if you do a good job, then that's exciting. If they do not a good job, then it's less exciting. Alright, can I get the countdown? I can get the countdown. Great. Okay, so you're going to get Pangoon and that. You've got such a high attack that you're already kind of fine. So I do this, and then we're going to clear out some of the Pangoons and keep Big Pang's attack down. So we're going to move you up here. You're going to do that doubling thing, which is lovely. I'm going to get rid of you. Boom. Okay, 1. You're going to do 7 for 14. Just get them. Boom. Yeah, the lore in WoW, like, I lost track of how everything works many years ago, probably almost 2 decades ago. I never really got into World of Warcraft, and I played Warcraft 2 a lot, but, you know, the story expanded drastically since Warcraft 2. Blizzard also has like a fairly, I would say, checkered early past on their depiction of women, where for some chunk of time in a row it seemed like almost all of the women in their games were a white woman with a particular body type who got tortured and turned evil. Sexy evil. Gotta be sexy evil. Trash. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, I know that, like, or I've seen some of the analysis and argumentation about the kind of Blizzard's, that part of Blizzard's history, but I know there's a lot more to it, so I do not doubt that there is a lot more to it, unfortunately. Okay. You basically don't do anything the next time you attack. And let's put out a junk head. Does this count as hit? Let's find out. Oh, I guess I can count you down because I did already have a junk. Okay. So I do get to draw, but the scrap only reduces when damage is taken. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and snow Zuka here. And then I will redraw. Yeah, unexpected success is a very weird thing, right? Because you succeed and you're like, okay, well, this thing worked. So what if we just did it more? And so they do some of the same stuff that they were doing, but just more. So you are going to trash. I'll hit you. And you're going to shroom. So why don't you do shroom there? And we'll get Loki here. Look at all these characters I have. So the shroom is going to burn down this, but it's going to help protect me from the shroom gobbler for a little while. So that's that. And now you're going to take extra damage from bomb. But this is the boss. So we're going to make... this may actually do all the damage we need to do, right? Because it's 5 damage, 7 damage, and demonize. So that's leaves you with 8, and then this 6 gets doubled, so... Yeah, it sounds like they had a very Rockstar experience. Not Rockstar the company, though maybe also sort of that the same way in terms of types of success. Yeah, just going to hit you for extra because it's fun. Boom. It would be lovely to become very, very successful, but there is a level of success that seems like your life can never be the way that it was before, and some of that is just not as great. So I think I would like mostly quiet success. You know, I think John Scalzi is a very big deal in science fiction as an author. Is generally not a capital C celebrity in terms of can no longer live in the way that he might want to, right? He lives in a not too large town. He's recognized sometimes. He seems like he's able to take care of his family quite nicely. make a variety of contributions to communities that he wants to support, as opposed to like Neil Gaiman levels of success isn't even like Hollywood celebrity, but it feels like even Gaiman levels of success, the world, it becomes more difficult to be in the world the way that you might want to be, because then you need even more money on top of that to be able to warp the world to your will quite as powerfully as like the truly rich can. Yeah, EverQuest. We want a crown? We do want a crown. I want to get a crown for Beach. Right? Because the bomb increases when hit. Trash 2. Actually, getting a Protostomper here is a great idea because I have so much stuff that generates trash. Frost Charm. Let's do that combo for Loki again. 19 left. That's all I can do. Now we have a boss fight. Infernoco. Okay. So, great. That's going to boost you up in a wonderful fashion. And we're going to boost you. Yeah, look at that. That's great. Going up and up and up like that. All right, now I'm going to start doing damage to you. I don't want you to gain any more attack. So we're going to do that. Okay. So you are going to take more damage, just all of the more damage, which is lovely. And redraw, and now I'm going to move you back a little bit because you've taken all the damage I would like you to. And you're going to go up front because you've got some good health, and you're going to add trash. And we're going to move you up here, so we've got some tankiness going on. Let's snow you to wait on that. Okay, that's going to add 1 trash to my hand, which gives me the ability to use the Protostomper. And look at that, you're going to take 7 more damage from that, so you're instantly at half health. And if I do this, that's just going to do 7 damage on its own. You're going to do 2, which is not enough to take out either of these. But if I use that, that takes you down to 6, which means 1 hit of any type and you're done. There's Loki. All right, I like this BG combo. Companions, probably not. Let's go with redraw, because I'm going to find myself with hands full of junk, right? With the build the way that I'm doing it. Let's go treasures. I want to get some items. Having a bigger hand, or like a bigger deck, means that it's going to take longer for my hand to feel like it's become entirely trash. Snowcake is really handy, even though it won't stay in my deck as much because it's a consume card. Frenzy Wrench. Apply 2 Clockwork Bomb. Trigger a random. Yeah. Some of these are new things that I haven't seen before. That's cool. All right. When hit with junk, or apply 1. All right, I think I'm going to go with Mini Mika because there's more health there, right? I don't have... I guess I'm at companion limit because I took one of the other options. When hit with junk, gain frenzy. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So I think I'm going to leave Mini Mika out because this combo is nice. The Demon Eyes is really powerful when combined with Bomb. Okay, we're going to go here because you're going to take a couple of hits. And we're going to trash. Deal additional damage. How about if you, what if you didn't deal all that extra damage, right? So you're gonna kill the Shell Witch. I'm gonna add this here. So you don't get your bonus damage, you're just gonna do 2 here. So I can increase your bomb amount with that. And I can refresh here. And you're going to add shell to all the allies, which I'd really rather not. So I'm going to snow you for a long time. And we're going to do this. All this shell is rough. Okay, so now you're going to take 8 more damage from anything. Let's do this. Because then... Okay, you also get bonus damage. So what can I do that's going to take care of both? So I'm going to do this. And then make you go away instantly. And you're going to hit for a bunch, except it doesn't matter. Because we've got all this going on. Okay. So I want to get rid of the witches, because they're going to add all that amazing damage. I do have 2 junk, which means that I can just get rid of you. And let's snow you. We'll get to do this critical if I wait a little while. So you're going to hit for 5. That's fine. Because I have a junk head. And then I'm going to... You get to attack first, so that's fine. Let's get rid of you. Because the Loki will do that. You're aimless. So you're going to do a bunch of damage to BG, and I would like that to not happen. So what can I do about that? So I can Flask of Ink, so you do basically nothing. And then I can move you here. Yep. You will get that bonus on kill. You're going to apply that to you. So if I do... This becomes 6. Boom. So you are gone, and now it's just you, Volgo. So we're going to improve your damage. Now you're down to 6 health. I'm going to redraw. And big cannon. Yeah, the luck of the draw in Magic, or I think for me in Magic it's more difficult or more of a problem than in some other games, because you can get mana starved or flooded, right? In a lot of other games, your resource arc, or the rate at which you gain resources you can use to get other cards, is more thoroughly set, or is preset. So in something like Hearthstone, you get 1 more mana every turn, and some other games do things like that. Where in Magic, you have all the different lands and things, and it creates constraints that can be useful, but it then has that trade-off. So we could double cards here. That could be cool. I may want to get rid of some Gear Hammers, but there isn't a Muncher around. We'll get an item first. Plinker. All right, let's take a Plinker. Companions, double a card. So getting money doesn't really do a lot for me, but I would get to double a card. We don't have extra companions, so I think the Shade Sculptor is a better idea. I wish I could increase the amount. You know, increase attack by 6, count down by 6. There's a charm that you can get that will increase the numbers, but that might increase the recycle number as well, which would make it almost unusable. So maybe I don't want to do that. Let's have a second big snowball. That makes sense. I believe Magic the Gathering came before Pokemon, at least in the US. I don't know that it, because it came out in the US later, right? But Magic was 95 or 96, maybe even a little bit earlier. Maybe a little bit earlier, because I remember playing Magic when I was in 5th grade, I think. What do I want to do here? Okay, 92. Yeah, I don't think the Pokemon card game is earlier than that. My phone was being very weird. I guess I can go over here. When was the Pokemon CCG created? Looks like Wikipedia claims 1996. Dun, 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 dun. Blinker. All right, what if you go up here? And I'm gonna get rid of your text so you don't get to eat one of your friends. You do too much damage, so I'm gonna make you go to. I'm gonna make you be sleepy with snow. Okay, move you up here. Do that, get a bunch of junk. Get to use it on the songbox. Okay. Grumble, you're gonna do 2. That's not too bad. Let's get this up here. Yeah, I started playing Magic when the expansion The Dark had just come out, which was not the very beginning. So 92, 91, 92 could be. I've looked this up and then forgotten it probably several times in a row, unfortunately, over the course of a few years. So you're going to do 2 and you're going to do 1, but then you're going to gain teeth. You're not going to get to do that yet. You're slowed down. You're big and scary. You do 6. That's going to be enough for a kill for sure. You're going to get a kill here. So I want the ink on you so you don't gain your thing. That's what I should do. Okay, start burning you down. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna reserve you. Let's snow you. And I can Flask of Ink here. Big glue, so that's the boss. Apply snow and barrage is no fun. No thank you. Just need to do more damage. So many Bigfoots, yeah. Look at all that. Alright, we're gonna move this, do that, so I get the kill on Gromble. The one up here, right? Because you double, boom, regain health. That is the door. I think that's a delivery, so I'm gonna be right back. Okay, a delivery it was. Sorry for the interruption. Okay, so now I can do that. Oof, yikes. Barrage. Did not have the staying power. Okay. Like I said, my voice is a little scratchy, so I think I'm going to end there. Just going to come back to here. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on in Wildfrost. I'm really digging it. I'm at 13.3 hours played since I guess 1 week ago. So it's become a new kind of filler game for me. I can turn it on. I don't have to pay too close attention to it, and I can still have a decent amount of fun with it. So yeah, I think I may in fact go and pull out some like throat coat tea or something with honey and lemon and things like that. So thank you to the folks who came to hang out and chat with me. So thank you to Arudno. Thank you to The Kids Are Asleep. Thank you to Sloppy One for the heads up on the stream video. And thanks to everyone else who came to just hang out. I will refresh the kind of all the standard things. So you can find me on Twitter at MikeRUnderwood while Twitter still exists. But I'm also doing stuff here, and I do stuff with Speculate. So it's not the only interneting that I do. I do have, let's see, I think I have dried ginger that I might be able to put in a tea and see if that helps. Thank you for the suggestion, Arudno. All right, so that's that. I hope to do some kind of stream on Friday. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye. Where's my ending thing? Here it is.